Hello and welcome to a DGA tutorial video. Toot. Classic. Hey, grow up. Listen, jokes aside, have you ever been on the course with your friends? And sorry, I don't mean to assume that you have friends. Have you ever been on the course with other human beings? One of them says, oh, I could never throw that disc. I've got too much arm speed for it. Or they probably say, oh, that's like a great disc for beginners or whatever, but I've got way too much power. It would just be irrelevant for me. Ever heard that or ever seen that comment online? Well, that's ridiculous. And I'm here to shame that person and provide you with a YouTube link that you can use to shame that person too, because you know what we say, most shame wins. All right, let's get into it. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I'm just kidding. My suggestion is that there's no such thing as people with too much arm speed for a disc, just people who can't control their arm speed very well. Because if you have the ability to put too much power on a disc, then you should also have the ability to put the correct amount of power on a disc. Okay, let's take a quick break here to note that this concept does not apply in reverse. While there is no such thing as a disc that's too flippy for any certain arm speed, there are discs that require more arm speed than some of us have the talent to provide it, especially you. Yeah, you. No, behind. Yeah, right. Yeah, no, the guy, yeah, you. Yeah, you have no talent. So I've got two easy suggestions for all the powerful people out there. Grab a flippy disc and meet me at the tee box. Okay, first I want you to imagine that your drive has a power input, all right? And let's say that you normally throw full power, say like 80 to 90%. Well, that's obviously too much for a flippy disc. And that's where you get most people saying, oh, I can't throw that disc. But check this out. Your power input can be dialed down. Let's take it all the way down to 0%. Whoops, that's a little too much. Let's go back up to about 20%. Wow, did you see that? Even the flippiest disc you have just flew with hyzer into a headwind. So from there, all that you have to do is experiment with different angles of release and different levels of power input until you find the perfect flight for that desired disc. In non-windy conditions, I would probably throw the Vortex if I wanted it to go dead straight, about 70% power on a little hyzer release. My SP Tremor, very flippy mid-range. If I normally throw it at about 70% into a headwind, maybe I'll do about 50. Isn't this neat? Sorry to get so close. I have a second tip for you, okay? If you're not a fan of math and the percentages thing scares you off, well listen, just adjust your grip. So let's go from a full power grip to start modifying and then all the way down to a full fan grip, okay? Fan grip, power grip, and then there's a lot of things in between that people do to stack fingers and have kind of a half power grip, half fan grip. For me, I find that when I start modifying a power grip and maybe like a half fan grip, it takes, 10 to 20% of power off. Sorry, I know I just said no percentages. I just lost some of you. Full fan grip, the least amount of power that I can have and the most amount of control, and who doesn't need more control? Okay, listen, here's the deal. I'm gonna be straight with you guys. This is obviously not an end-all be-all tutorial. This is a suggestion. This is one thing for you to think about. This does not completely solve everyone's problem with power, angle control, release, factoring in the wind. There are so many things to think about. This is obviously oversimplified, but some of you, I know, are not thinking this way. So if you are someone who tends to think, man, I've got too much arm speed for a certain disc, you need to get that disc. You need to go to discgolf.com right now and get a Tremor, get a Vortex, get a Sail, get it, learn how to throw it, and thank me later. So remember, the next time that you hear someone say, that disc is too flippy for my arm speed, I want you to look them right in the eye. And I want you to say, that disc is not too flippy for your arm speed. You're just not flippy enough for that disc. And then don't break eye contact. Just stare them down. Like you know exactly what you just said, and they're actually the one that's confused. Or you could just share this video with them. Please let me know in the comments if you like this style of video, and we'll make more. And subscribe if you want more tips from DGA on how to shame your friends.